The Baltimore Orioles get bullied in the Bronx. Grab you a cup of coffee, come hang out with me, let's talk about it. Let's go O's! What's going on, Birdland? Baltimore Bops here. Welcome to the Baltimore Bops YouTube channel. I'm Bops, where I talk about all things Baltimore Orioles. There's no journalism degree here. There's no big company telling me what to say. It's just me, my diehard fans' opinion. If that kind of content interests you, I would encourage you to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. It'll let you know every time that I make a video. And by all means, comment down in the comment section whether you agree or disagree with my personal Baltimore Orioles opinions. So, without further ado, let's talk about this. The Baltimore Orioles fall in Game 2 to the New York Yankees by a score of 8-4. And from the jump, this was a bullying. That's what it felt like. You say, Bops, what do you know about bullying? Well, I know a thing or two in that I was a big brother. And I know what big brothers do to little brothers. And I know that the Baltimore faithful are going to hate to hear this, but that's exactly what this felt like. This felt like big brother, letting you think that you were in the game before just, putting you out of your misery, if you will, because he enjoys it. That's just what he enjoys doing. So, sure, the Yankees fans will love that. Baltimore fans will hate that, but that's what it stinking feels like. It's just from the jump, Gleyber Torres hits a 2-run shot, and it just was on from there. And you think, Baltimore kind of settles in a little bit. It's 2-0. They ended up making 3-0 by the fourth. And the fifth inning is kind of where it's really interesting. And this is where this whole bullying analogy will kind of come into play. But before we talk about that, let's go over the box score real quick. The Baltimore Orioles scored 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The New York Yankees scored 8 runs on 7 hits and no errors. Schmidt got the win, 5 innings pitched, 3 earned runs, 7 Ks, no walks. He was pretty good up until about the 5th, obviously. And then Gibson pitched 6 innings, 4 earned runs, 4 Ks, and 4 walks. Didn't have the worst outing. It was definitely a better showing than he's had his previous 2 outings on the hill. But, with the way that Baltimore's offense is playing right now, and, and I feel for some of these pitchers, they kind of are pressing to keep the score as low as possible. And I think that maybe that's even showing. Orioles hitting for the day. Gunnar Henderson in the leadoff spot goes 1 for 5. Adley Rutschman went 1 for 5. Anthony Santander went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Ryan O'Hearn went 1 for 4. He had a big hit early in the baseball game. Cedric Mullins went 0 for 3 with a walk. Aaron Hicks had a nice coming home party. He went 1 for 3 with a blast that kind of started an O's rally in the 5th. We'll talk about that later. Jordan Westburg went 2 for 4. Good to see him get a couple of base knocks. Adam Frazier went 1 for 2 with 2 ribbies and that big shot in the 5th to kind of cap off that Orioles comeback in the middle of the game. And Ramon Urias went 1 for 2. And McCann went 0 for 4 with a ribby. So, kind of getting into how the game played out. Like I said, bottom 2, Gleyber Torres hits that 2-run shot. And obviously that's going to get the Yankees faithful on their feet. And that's exactly what it did. July 4th, first inning, hits a 2-run blast. And now the Orioles, once again, like they've been doing for a while, maybe not in Game 1 so much, but it seems like consistently lately they've been playing from behind. And they started out in a 2-0 hole off the jump. The Yankees did add another run in the 4th on a sac fly by IKF. And Bauer scored, and that made it 3-0. 3-0. Now, top of the fifth was it was a pretty interesting inning, and it was good to see Baltimore kind of do what they did. It's 3-0. Aaron Hicks comes up. Obviously, he's been heckled by the New York fans the entire Game 1 and Game 2, and maybe even rightfully so. But Aaron Hicks has been kind of one of the bright spots, if you will, for the Baltimore Orioles. And as well as Schmidt was playing, Aaron Hicks kind of turned that on its head when he hit that blast from the left side of the plate over the right center wall. It was a 372-foot home run, but I'm sure that was extremely sweet for him to come back to New York and, basically let them know, like, hey, I can play this game. And, the change of scenery was good for him, and I hope that he continues to do well, because by all outside reports, he's a terrific guy, he's a terrific teammate, and so it was good to see him hit a home run in front of the Yankees faithful, who I think we all know, are not necessarily faithful at times. They're pretty hard on their own. So Hicks homers to right, then Westberg doubled, which kind of set the tone. It's 3-1. After that Hicks home run, Westberg hits a ball in the gap. He gets the second. So the Birds got a little bit of magic coming in. And Adam Frazier steps up, and like he's done so many times this year, in big moments, the guy comes up with big base hits. He comes up with many times home runs, and that's exactly what he did. Schmidt left him like a cutter or maybe even possibly a stinking slider up in the zone, and it just hung there just enough. And I mean, it's that kind of pitch where Adam Frazier has proven time and time again this year. I don't know why you throw this to him, but it's like the pitch that he's sitting on. And he was sitting on that pitch, and when I say he got a hold of it, he got a hold of it. 2-run shot to tie the game. And, I'll be honest with you, with a right-hander on the mound, the way that Frazier has been in big spots, I don't know if there's anybody else you want up in the plate. That may be controversial, but the guy just comes up big, man. And if you leave him something over the plate, he's taking advantage. And he has done that consistently this year in big spots. So, hey, hats off to Adam for, it seems like doing this time and time again. That 2-run shot tied the game. It's 3-3, and Baltimore's got Mo, and you feel like, we got a shot in this baseball game, because it was kind of dead up until Hicks homered, Westberg doubles, and then Frazier hits that blast, and it's like, all right, let's stink and go. But that was short-lived, and like we see so often, teams that are in slumps, even when they have a good moment, if you will, some kind of bonehead play is what kind of puts them over the hill. And in my personal opinion, that's what we saw in the bottom of the fifth. So Gibson's still pitching. It's 3-3. They leave him out there. He walks the leadoff batter. Trevino walks. Well, Rizzo grounds into a double play. And so we got 2 out. There's 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. We just tied this baseball game up. 2 outs in the bottom of the fifth. Well, Gibson does not help himself. He walks Torres. Gleyber Torres, the same guy that hit the 2-run home run in the first. Well, Stanton hits a single. Not all that hard hit of a ball, but he hits it in the hole, not in the hole, between second and short, where Gunner's moving to his left and he's unable to corral it. So the ball trickles under Gunnar Henderson's glove. And it kind of rolls out and dies, between Gunnar Henderson and Cedric Mullins. Well, Gleyber is obviously running with 2 outs off the crack of the bat. So Gleyber is just burning around second. Cedric gets to the ball fairly quickly. But Gleyber is about 10, 15 feet from third base when Ced had that ball in his hand. And I'm talking about in shallow left center field. And does the patented left-handed lob back into second base almost, and it short hops Adam Frazier, and Gleyber gets sent. I mean, I want you to think about this. Cedric Mullins is in middle, shallow left center field. Gleyber Torres has not yet reached third base. And the third base coach sent him. And I'll be honest with you, I wonder if Ced went straight to the plate, if he would have been able to shoot Gleyber Torres. But they had such little regard for Ced's arm. And then not only that, Ced went to the wrong place. I get what he's probably thinking, but I think that this is still rust. You think that Gleyber is going to stop at third, and you want to break up Giancarlo Stanton from moving up to second, so you split him and you throw it into second. The problem is that Gleyber had a full head of steam from the jump. So when Ced tossed it back into Adam Frazier and one-hopped him and he couldn't field it, Gleyber's rounding third. And he ends up in a headfirst dive for the go-ahead game-winning run in the fifth inning at that point, all because of a mental error. This is right after the Baltimore Orioles tied the game on 2 home runs. And it should have been runners at first and third with 2 out. But it wasn't, because they allowed Gleyber Torres to come from first base on a single through the infield. He was able to come from first and score the go-ahead run. That's unacceptable. And you know what? The skipper alluded to it in the postgame. He said, we got to the ball fairly quickly, but, there needs to be a little bit more urgency in getting the ball in, hitting the cutoff man, and therefore enabling him to make that play at home. And, it was just, that's the type of stuff that happens when you're on a losing streak, and that's the type of thing that the Birds need to get cleaned up, because that, once again, was avoidable. The Birds weren't able to muster anything for the rest of the game. Trevino homered in the 7th against Vespi. He didn't pitch bad, but he did give up that home run. I still think that Vespi he's pitching well. He left one over the plate and he paid for it. And Baker got touched up a little bit, and that's what ended up leading to the 8-4 final score. So the Birds go to 49-35. They are still 6 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays because Tampa Bay lost to the Phillies last night. Good for them. The problem is that New York is now only 2 games back from the Baltimore Orioles. They moved to 48-38, and they are 8 games behind the Tampa Bay Rays for first place. And, I think what's even more important about this is that Baltimore came into Yankee Stadium at a time where Aaron Judge is not playing. And so, yeah, we're missing Austin Hayes. I understand that. And I know that Austin Hayes is one of our best players. But comparatively speaking, obviously we're talking about Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is not playing, and the Orioles are getting bullied. Only imagine if Judge was in that lineup. It would just exacerbate the issues that we have right now. And that's my main concern is, 8-4. After McCann is able to ground to third and Westberg scores, to just pad the stats, if you will. But the Orioles are getting bullied right now. And, the only thing you can do to a bully is you have to fight back. Because they're not going to stop if you let them keep bullying you. And that's what it feels like to me. It feels like big brother, taking it out on little brother. And the Baltimore Orioles need to stand up. They need to bow out their chest, and they need to take this next game. It's essential to what Baltimore is trying to do. Yeah, it's before the All-Star break. I get that. But we cannot be getting beat like this, especially with their best player out of the game. So, Game 3, it's going to be a 7:05 first pitch. Dean Kramer's going to be on the mound. He's 8-4 with a 5.04 ERA. They're bringing out Randy Vasquez, who's 1-1 with a 1.74 ERA. So, it'll be interesting to see if Baltimore can make it happen. You know, this is a great opportunity because I think Vasquez is like a spot starter, and they may be even going with a bullpen approach to today. So Baltimore needs to come out on top on this one. Okay, we at least got to get one. We can't come to Yankee Stadium and lose 4 straight. And if we're going to get one, this is going to be where we got to get it. So 7:05 first pitch, Baltimore at New York, and a pivotal Game 3 for the Baltimore Orioles. Baltimore is favored right now, probably because of that spot start ordeal. But hey, tune in. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Check out a couple of my other videos and everything, because we're constantly putting out content. And, you know, once again, love the Baltimore Orioles, ride or die. But we need to stink and make it happen against the Yankees tonight. 7:05 first pitch. Go Birds.